Alright, welcome back to the Pennyloafer Bombsquad. Lucas here. Having some internet issues, so I'm going to be going and trying one of my old games here that I haven't played in a while. The premise of the game is to build a city, help out Rome. If you haven't guessed it, it is Caesar 4. It was produced around 2006. It's an older game now. The graphics aren't, up to par with the newer games or anything like that, but it's still enjoyable. If you haven't tried it out, it's worth a check out. I think it's $10 now. You can find it on different websites. Yeah, but the premise of it, help out Rome. They'll ask you for random needs here and there. But yeah, you manage a city or town or whatever you want to call it. You build up the farmland like it's showing here. You send the supplies to town. You process the supplies. Try to keep your citizens happy. There's different social classes that you manage. Manage your supplies where they go. Build warehouses, all that stuff. And then as you get through the scenarios, you eventually have to start building a military because you'll have enemies come in and try to conquer your city. And yeah, I guess above all else is you just want to keep everyone happy. So I'm going to go ahead here and start a new game. I'm going to go, let's see. I haven't played this game in a while, so you're going to have to cut me a little slack. I might not remember everything. I just freshly installed this on here, so I don't have any of my old save files anymore. Let's see here. I'm going to go ahead with this one. Yep, that's my name. Let's see what kind of scenarios I got. The days of Roman kings are over, but Rome's greatness continues as the Republic extends her reach to distant lands. Your career begins as Rome makes its first claims outside Italia. And a little note here. Sicily requires a new governor to manage its growing economy. And here's a different one too. A governor is needed to secure trade. So that looks like that's more of a defense one. I'm going to go with this one. I'm going to try to work the economy a little bit because that's very important to this game. So is military, but in order to have a military, you have to have a good economy. So we're going to start off with a basic here.
Rome's veteran legions and growing navy have brought us victory over Carthage, our puny southern foe. With this triumph, the islands between Italia and Africa fall into Rome's domain. Most importantly, the fertile island and province of Sicilia is added to the Republic.
Very nice.
Governor, you are commanded to build a thriving city and port at Syracuse on Sicilia.
I think I can
a
do that.
small and somewhat prosperous city is required of you. Sicilia is rich in farmland, and the plebs of Rome are ever demanding food of this humble government.
Plebs are
Put the fertile land
citizens.
to good use, and to be ready to fulfill Rome's demands for grain.
Alright, so they need grain. Rome needs grain. It sounds like pretty fertile land for farmland, so this should be a pretty easy thing to do. It doesn't mention anything about angering neighbors or anything like that, so here's the goals here. Culture 15, security 10, prosperity 25, favor 40, population 800. Pretty simple. I don't remember how to get some of these, but we'll figure it out. Alright, so this is how the game starts. Pretty basic moving around. You just use the arrows or whatever. You use the third button on the mouse to zoom in and out. Clicky, right clicky, rotate. Not too bad of a look. Really bright. Kind of reminds me of Oblivion. Everything just glows. You can't zoom out much further than this, which kind of sucks. Makes it hard to get a good look. But we're going to go ahead and take a look to see where the entrance is. I believe it's over here. Yep. The entrance is right here. As awkward as it may look. I don't know why they don't continue the road through, at least to make it look a little better. And the lower texture resolution, too, is kind of funny. But I'm going to build a little ways away kind of toward the water because we're going to need some water too. But first things first, I'm going to kind of centralize a little area here for town. Make it a little easier to figure that out. And they'll come walking in here once you start building some houses. Now let's see, I don't remember exactly how this went. It looks like we have some housing here. Alright. These are the lower caste citizens' housing. We're definitely going to need some of that. They work the fields and the factories. So we're going to go ahead and place a couple of these right off the bat. Get some citizens in here. And then we got some middle class here. They manage water and service buildings. They're pretty essential early on. And then we got the high class here. They don't really do anything. They just bring in money for you. So I guess that's a pretty good function. They're not even using the sidewalk or the road. They're just kind of walking through the fields. I guess whatever they want to do. And then each building has a little different requirements that they have, and gives you some information. Like I have 10 people living in here. To me, 10 people seems like a lot in this small of a building, but 70 can live in there. But they need food, and then they need basic goods. We're going to start off with food. That's very important. Let's see. Clear land. Ah, right here. So they wanted wheat. Rome wants wheat. So we're going to build a lot of farms right off the bat. And we have a pretty big treasury going on, so we're going to... This looks like this would be pretty good right here. We're going to go with the farm. Let's start with fields. When it glows green like this, it shows that that's the best place for it. As it starts turning more and more red and yellow, you can get away with the yellow a little bit. It just doesn't produce as much, if I'm not mistaken. Red, it just won't let you because it's pretty arid. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of build right on the border here. And build a couple of those. Scooch a little bit. Alright. Cut a road through there. Now we need a harvester. So we need to build a grain farm. Make sure those are connected. So we got grain farm here. This is where all the supplies go to once they harvest the materials. Pretty much any kind of field requires this. And you need one for every 2 you have. So I'm going to go ahead and place a couple of those down. And then always make sure roads are connected, or else they can't get to their respective workplaces. I'm going to fill that in just for aesthetics purposes. I think it's kind of funny that there's a cobblestone road going out to the fields. I think you might be able to do like a dirt road for free or something. I'm going to place a couple more because they're pretty cheap. Actually, they're really cheap. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Get a couple of these going. Because you never know. You never know when Rome's going to ask you to do something. So you want to try to get ahead of the game when it comes to that, so they don't get mad at you. They give you a little time limit, but it's best just to take care of it. See, needs road access, so we'll just connect the road there. Might as well just link that up. And then you can check right here. See, there's no wheat available yet. And as time goes on, that'll fill up. Then it'll get stored in here. And then as soon as it's needed, it'll go to a market. So we're going to need a market. Let's see. Industry, markets, and storage. Food market. Holds grain, vegetables, and meat. So we'll put one of those. We'll put that right in the middle of town. Just ease of access. Centralized. But yeah, that's pretty much what you need to do to get started. It'll also show you how many people are working here. So those are all filled up. Oh. Let's see how it's glowing red. That means they need that resource. So this needs to come through quick. Or else people will start moving out. No well or fountain. Oh, shoot. Alright, we got a building on fire currently. We need to find a fire station stat. Let's see. I don't even know where to begin. Alright, right here. The prefect office. Fights fires and arrests criminals. very important. I'll just put that right in the middle. So this guy, if he's a good guy, will go out and fix this. His little beat and stick out there. He's going to beat the fire into submission. There's another one with the stick. He's going to help beat the fire. I don't know how they're putting out fire with no water. We still don't have a fountain. While we're here, we might as well take a look at the other kind of buildings that we could probably use. And engineering offices. Engineers are needed to prevent buildings from collapsing. That's probably a good thing to have, so we're going to plop one of these down too. I don't know if the direction of the building really matters. I think as long as it's near a road, but I like them kind of facing toward the road. Alright, so water. This is probably water right here. We got reservoir, pump house, aqueduct. These are required to use a fountain. I don't think we'll need one right now, so we're just going to skip that, and we're just going to go right to the well because it's cheap. Put that baby right there. Put a road around it too to kind of jazz it up a little bit. Alright. We got our first supplies coming in. That's what these are.
My union says that until this town gets better health care, I shouldn't carry any loads over 70 pounds.
Okay, so they're bitching about healthcare. So, this looks like healthcare. Bathhouse. Citizens bathe in order to improve hygiene, requires a reservoir. And there's a clinic. A small physician's office helps with health. We're going to build one of those. That seems pretty important. Put it right on the corner here. Let's see. Nobody's working in here. Because this is middle class people. They work these kind of functions here. See, all lower class work all these kind of buildings. So we need some professionals in the town. So we're going to go ahead and build equestrian apartment. Oh, Rome demands food. They want 10. We have 3. So we're going to have to pass on that. We have a 1 year to do it. I don't know how fast a year goes in this, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty fast. I'm going to keep these guys a little bit away from everything else. Not too far, so they don't get out of the realm of these things. But they, since they're middle class, they're going to require some different services. And they complain if lower class buildings are close. So what do they need? They have an immigrant on the way, so it doesn't say what they need right now. But they will populate this building. And there's only 40 that live in there, so it's quite a bit smaller. I mean, it's a bigger building, less people working there, or living there. So we'll have to provide more jobs for them. Let's see. We have 11 food right now. I'm going to wait till the next shipment, because I don't know how much food they're going to take up over here, the middle class, so I'm going to go ahead and think there might be like an advisor or something around here. Oh, right here.
Our city doesn't have enough workers.
Not enough workers. So, let's see. Middle class. They need more work. So, we need to figure out what else we can do for them. Let's see what government has. Tax collectors. I definitely want a tax collector. Nobody likes paying taxes, but, you know, just one of those things about society. Yep, middle class work in there. So that's good. So I got 22 there, 14 there. So I have 36, so I'm still short 4 jobs. In ancient Rome, religion was huge. So, let's go over here, and we got all these different shrines here, and then you eventually move up to marble, or not marble, sorry, I was reading the prerequisites. You can move up to temples, but we are going to do, let's see what the advisors say.
Our city doesn't have enough workers.
Jupiter has no problems with your city's devotion, so we're not going to bother with a Jupiter one. Let's go ahead with the Mars shrine. Put that in the middle of town there. And then, yep. We're a little short on employment, but I don't feel it's necessary to build another middle-class home yet, so kind of want to budget ourselves a little bit. Oh, some jobs short there and there. You know, I'm just going to go ahead and build another middle-class one, just to fill in that. Because we don't want these buildings being short-handed while I'm pretty well stocked with employees, so everything runs smoothly. I wonder if these folks all have jobs. Nope. Well, let's get some. Oh, we have no room. That's an issue. Let's see. Warehouse, I believe. Ah, right here, a granary. Stores food for later use. We are going to definitely place one of these. I don't want to build it in that area, so I'm going to go ahead and put it right next to the market. That seems pretty nice. Keep the travel short. So excess supplies will go in here, but we are running out of employees, so we're going to have to build some more lower income housing. I'm just going to start building right over here. Desirability of this area is too low. That's kind of weird for lower class to be complaining about something like that. Well, I'll spruce it up a little bit. I'll make this like a little central park kind of thing. I think there's right here decoration. Plazas, that changes the roads to different tiles. That's something they like. I usually save that for middle and upper class, but we can definitely do some hedgerows and stuff like that. Let's see. Is this something like... Okay, I'm gonna place some hedges down. Kind of spruce it up. Can I put some small trees in there? No, they're still too big. That's a bummer. We'll just fill that in. Just fill that in. There we go. Alright, nighttime. Be a good time to check to see what else these people need. See, that's the thing. It's starting to get filled up now. My city isn't consuming enough. Which is good, because now I'll make that delivery to Rome before they get ticked off here.
The gods are not pleased with us.
More jobs are needed. High unemployment for both. So I need to make some more jobs for them. Imperial?
Rome considers your efforts to be mediocre.
That's not good. We want them to be happy with us. Here's our gold. What we have on hand, we have plenty. I still have 8 months, so time still goes by pretty slow. But we definitely want to keep Rome happy or else they'll kick my ass out.